From the professional design testing arenas of the Mikmar Bit Company comes an exciting new development in elevator and gag bits. Designed by lifetime horseman Richard Watson of Central Florida in association with the Mikmar Bit Company, this innovative bit style meets Mikmar's strict standards that assures the rider effective communication with the horse. These 4 new styles have been tested and used by many top international riders over the past 2 years and are qualified to become a part of the acclaimed Mikmar Bit product line. Richard Watson designed his first bit in the late 50s for legendary horseman Monty Foreman. He eventually discovered the world of show jumping and for more than 30 years has been training riders and horses to compete in jumping competitions. We are proud to offer these outstanding Watson designs and welcome Richard Watson to the Mikmar family. The bits offer a unique, wide, curved, link-style mouthpiece made of sweet iron. The link-style mouthpiece, consisting of 3 joined links, is very effective. It eliminates the nutcracker pinching action of single-jointed bits, offering more room for the horse's tongue. Its unique, wide, curved shape distributes pressure over more area of the tongue and bars when activated.
I like the idea of the mouthpiece on all 3 bits. They seem like they'd sit comfortably in a horse's mouth. You know, I had no idea how the action would work, and first day I used the swoop bit on a couple of horses. I used it on one very strong horse, and it definitely, I felt like I had more control. I felt like the horse I put it on tends to get heavy and gets behind the bit. I felt like it got him up in front of me. I've tried the 2-ring bit on several horses. A couple of my amateurs are riding in it right now. I had one horse in particular that was during the high amateur division. The lady was having trouble after the jump. The horse was just landing and getting too heavy in her hand. It was taking her 2 or 3 strides at least to organize in any other bit we had tried. The horse stayed much lighter in the first stride on the landing, and she felt much more comfortable. And she actually moved from the mediums to the highs after we put that new bit on the horse. And she jumped each day in the high amateurs in the main ring in Palm Beach. She jumped a clean round. I think she had a time fault one day, double clean another day, and a clean and a time fault in the jump off. And it was a great step up for her on that horse. She felt like she didn't have control in any other bit we had tried. I don't think there's anything. There's no pressure on the roof of the mouth. The way the way it breaks in the horse's mouth. I think there's nothing to pinch or you know, poke at the horse. And then with the gag effect that you have, I think it helps to elevate. It elevates most horses, but it seems to like it would sit comfortably in a horse's mouth. There's no, you know, with a regular snaffle, a jointed snaffle, you run the risk of them getting hit in the roof of the mouth. With this, it's impossible for that to happen. I used the 2-ring bit on one horse. I felt like it got more result on the flat, and then I was able to go back to a normal snaffle for the show ring. I felt like it elevated the horse, got it much lighter in my hand, and I think it was from the gag effect that it had, the way it lifted the horse after the jump. And I felt like I could use it for the day before, use it as a schooling bed, and then go in just a normal snaffle in the ring. I think it's a little bit loose in their mouth, so they can play with it. They lift it up and drop it down. They lift it up and drop it down. There's no restriction in their mouth, and I think that's why most horses like the mouthpiece.
The Mikmar 2-ring is an elevator gag style bit. It offers mild pull pressure, leverage action, and mouth pressure. It is an excellent choice for those desiring a slow activating, easy to use gag with a touch of leverage. The 2-ring combines the unique Mikmar link-style mouthpiece made of sweet iron and a 2-ring cheek made of high-quality stainless steel. There are 2 areas for rein placement. The upper large ring gives a milder feel, and the lower small ring gives the most leverage. The bridle ring is doubled to assure that the bridle stays fixed in place for more leverage. It is excellent for elevating and lightening a horse, as well as encouraging lateral and vertical flexion and control for the rider.
This is the 2-ring, and it has a little little less pull pressure than the gagavator, and it has a little more of a gag effect. So it's just another tool, and it works. Some horses this works better than the gagavator, but this particular horse feels like he'd like to have this one on. Now that one's hanging just too loose. That's too loose. But even there, I found with having them real loose like that, horse still doesn't put his tongue over the bit, which I find pretty incredible. We just got just a very slight wrinkle there on that corner, and you've got a couple of inches of play on each side, and that gives him plenty of freedom. And this one gives you a little more gag effect. You still have pull pressure. This upper ring here keeps this from sliding around so that it helps apply more pull pressure. And if you just give a horse time, he's going to work at it a little bit. There. Now I won't let him just nod his head. He's looking to escape. But there he is, right there. It's over. And if you'll do that when you first start, before you get on, and get them to say, okay. Once you get on, they'll give it to you right away. And there's no argument then. One more time, bud. Good boy.
The Mikmar 3-ring is an extremely versatile elevator gag style bit. It offers medium pull pressure, leverage action, and mouth pressure. It combines the very useful and popular 3-ring cheek made of high-quality stainless steel with Mikmar's new unique link-style mouthpiece made of sweet iron. The cheek is slightly swept back for a softer, more forgiving feel. The 3-ring is a good choice for those desiring a slow-activating, easy-to-use gag with medium leverage. There are 3 rein placement options, the lowest offering the most leverage. The 3-ring is useful for correcting horses that have a tendency to carry their heads too low, or that like to grab the bit, lean, pull, or root. It encourages the horse to elevate and lighten. This bit aids in both lateral and vertical flexion, proper carriage, and more control for the rider.
This is the 3-ring, and if you'll notice it, instead of the conventional 3-ring, that shank is swept back some on it, and it seems to help a horse. It's a little slower, and it gives the horse a little more time to adjust to it. It has the same principle, but as you can see right there, you're pulling pretty straight back. You're not getting a lot of gag effect, which in a lot of cases would be good. It just depends on the horse, but that's just another option. But if you wanted more on the horse, you could raise your hands up and raise him right up with it. And it also puts a certain, as you can see, it pull down. And that up there right now is really tight with the pull pressure from that bridle, and I wasn't pulling that hard. The second ring would make it work just a little quicker, but you wouldn't have as much leverage. This ring makes it work a little slower, but in the end you have more leverage, so it's just a matter of what you think you need for that particular horse.
The Mikmar Longshank Gagavator is a unique design of both gag and elevator style bits. This bit offers the most pull pressure of all the Watson design bits. The shanks are long and slightly swept back. This design affords the rider more leverage overall, yet there is some play in the shank, allowing it to be more forgiving than a straight shank bit. The small ring on the cheek makes the bit quick activating. The Mikmar Longshank Gagavator is useful for a stronger horse. It aids in correcting the horses that tend to carry their heads too low, grab, lean, pull, or root, and offers the rider more control. The bit encourages good flexion and elevation. The Mikmar Longshank Gagavator is not useful for busy or heavy-handed riders. The design of the Mikmar Shortshank Gagavator is similar to the Mikmar Longshank Gagavator, but it offers a shorter shank. This design allows for a quick activating bit with less leverage than the Longshank Gagavator. Like the long-shank Gagavator, it offers more pull pressure than the other Watson-style bits. It is excellent for elevating, lightening, and encourages lateral and vertical flexion, proper carriage, and control for the rider. It discourages the horse from leaning, pulling, rooting, and grabbing the bit. The mouthpiece pacifies a busy-mouthed horse and keeps the mouth moist and soft.
This is a short shank Gagavator, and the top is a little bit shorter than the bottom. And this just, the difference in these two bridles, the two bits, it's just a little less pressure, a little less pull pressure, a little slower acting, and some horses would be just a little more comfortable with it. Because of the shorter shank, it goes to work just a little bit quicker. And the pull pressure comes at a little different angle, but still applies a lot of pull pressure. And any of these bits, if you really need more, all you gotta do is raise your hands up a little bit and you can get a lot of pressure. But mostly I found that if you just take your time, give your horse a chance to adjust to it, you don't need much pressure at all. Once they figure it out, if you wait, spend a little time, and like this horse has never had this on before, I mean, he's been working here with me now, but he's getting the picture really good. It wouldn't take long to get him real soft and real light in any of those bits.
That I could flatter in, you know, to try and, because it's so hard when they're laying on you, you know, you can't get the work done efficiently. Yeah. To get her to use the muscles that I need her to work. Just like anybody, and like, you know, like today it's good, you can see where she is opposing to me because she's been able to get away with the other bridles, you know, and now she's having to think about it and give to me. But it's not extreme either. You know, she's very accepting of it. She's resisting mentally from my aids, but not with the mouthpiece. She's having to respond and, yeah, exactly. And just like I said, you can see where her old habits, you know, and to work through them, but she's not fighting it, she's resisting through it. You know, it's where sometimes you put the wrong bit in and you get a big fight from it.
Now there's just no wrinkle here, and that's the way that it really works the best, if it's just hanging against his lips there. And it's pretty well down, but he lifts it up completely. And then this, as you see, can put lots of pull pressure, but it doesn't pull the cheek piece up in his eye. If we pull this, it pulls straight down, and then it gets a lot of pull pressure here, but it still doesn't get the cheek piece in his eye, and it gives you, and then if you want to bring your hands up and raise his head up, you get even more gag and more pull pressure. And after this horse has not had this bit on, so it takes a little while, but if you take your time and give them some time, they'll give up to it real quick. But the main thing is just have it pretty loose so they can play with it with their tongue and get comfortable with it.
The Mikmar Swoop is an elevator gag style bit that offers the feel and function of two bits in one. With mild contact, it has a snaffle feel and function. The unique shape of the high-quality stainless steel cheek piece offers a large ring with a bar connecting to a smaller ring. Due to its design, the bit activates slowly in a swooping motion, moving up farther in the horse's mouth. With added rein pressure, the bit elevates, activating the curb chain and adding a significant amount of leverage. It allows you to be soft yet strong when needed. The curb chain is necessary for proper function of the bit and should be adjusted to fit loosely. Often, difficult horses become relaxed and happier and will do well in this bit. It is excellent for those desiring more elevation, flexion, and control. It discourages the horse from getting behind the bit, grabbing the bit, leaning, pulling, or rooting. The mouthpiece keeps the mouth moist, soft, and pacified. It also discourages the horse from putting its tongue over the bit. The Mikmar Swoop is not useful for busy or heavy-handed riders.
This is a swoop. Now It is a little slower acting in the beginning, but because of the chain, you can get it up to where it applies. You can start applying more pressure, it gives you more leverage, and you have a certain amount of pull pressure, not like the other two, but this one has more, you can put more pressure at the end of your stroke if you need to. I'd like for you, if you can, just to see how he can lift that mouthpiece, though. So I'll have to take this up a little more on the other side. It's a little longer. And then this one, as you can see, it starts giving you quite a bit of gag in the beginning. And then that curb chain starts to work. And then if you're up there on the horse and you need it, you can really put the pressure on. After the horse learns the feel of this and they start, you never get to the chain. You're right there, and they're already working. See, there he is right there. And the chain's touching him, but it's no pressure on it whatsoever. It's completely loose back here. The chain needs to be completely loose like that. But with it real loose like that, it lets that mouthpiece get all the way up to where it, and then right there, that chain is just starting to take hold. So the best way to make that work and work the best is leave that really loose. It's hard to do something. It's hard to make yourself do that something. It doesn't look like it'll help you, but it really works the best.
The bit that I have used of Richard's with the long shank, the swoop action, it not only sits on the bars, but it also pulls up into the corner, so you get a double action there, which is a very interesting idea. And the curb chain actually grabs the horse a little higher than the Mikmar does. The Mikmar is more conventional down low, where Richard's has a bar where it actually comes up a little bit more like a classical hackamore would grab a horse higher up. The nice thing about it is you can use it with a very loose rein, almost like a Western bit, where you think of like a long shank Western bit that you use very little contact, or you can find it and take it and you'll get a little more flexion at the pole and through the neck with a little bit of contact. So I like that, where you can not use much pressure at all or add a little pressure and you get a nice flexion in the neck. If the ring itself is a little bit larger, I'm sure you can go too large, but if it's a reasonable size towards the large size, it gives the bit a longer, smoother time to engage and disengage, where if you have a small ring and you kind of reach the maximum leverage point, then it would be more of a catch thing, where this slowly asks it to engage and then slowly can disengage. And it would be smoother, and actually probably a little bit more leverage to it, but just a finer tuned piece of machinery, I think.